Speak Up English, the key to success.
Hey, Lisa. You know, the most nerve-wracking question in any interview is often, tell me about yourself. It's like opening a book, and you're the first chapter.
Haha, so true, Mark. It's like trying to condense your whole life story into a 2-minute trailer. But let's give it a shot. Tell me about yourself.
Well, Lisa, I'm an avid reader, a coffee enthusiast, and a part-time aspiring chef. My friends say I can turn even the simplest ingredients into a gourmet dish.
Haha, a coffee-loving chef. That's intriguing, Mark. I'm more of a tea person myself, but I appreciate a good meal. So, what do you do for work?
I'm a software engineer during the day, turning code into digital magic. But in my free time, I love hiking and photography. Nature has a way of inspiring me.
Wow, that's a cool combo, Mark. Tech wizard by day, nature lover by night. And what sparked your interest in coding?
Well, it all started when I was a kid, tinkering with my first computer. I loved solving puzzles, and coding felt like a never-ending puzzle to crack.
That's fascinating, Mark. It's like you found your passion early on. And the outdoors side of you, when did that bloom?
That happened when I went on a camping trip with my family as a kid. The sight of a starry night sky over a crackling campfire, it was like magic. I've been hooked on the outdoors ever since.
That sounds like an enchanting experience, Mark. And you mentioned being an avid reader. Any favorite books?
Oh, so many. But if I had to pick one, it would be The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's like a sci-fi comedy roller coaster through the cosmos.
Haha, I love that book too. The humor in it is pure gold. So, Mark, what's your favorite dish to cook?
I have to say, it's a classic spaghetti carbonara. There's something magical about turning eggs, cheese, and pancetta into a creamy masterpiece.
That does sound magical, Mark. Now, tell me, do you have any quirky talents or hidden skills?
Well, I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 2 minutes. And I've been known to do a mean impression of a penguin.
Haha, a penguin impression. That's a unique talent, Mark. So, in your ideal weekend, are you coding, hiking, or cooking up a storm?
Ideally, a bit of everything. Start the day with coding, take a break to whip up a tasty brunch, then hit the trails for a hike. And, of course, curl up with a good book at night.
That sounds like a perfectly balanced weekend, Mark. You're a man of many talents and interests. So, what's next on your adventure list?
I've always wanted to try my hand at skydiving. There's something about jumping out of a plane that's both thrilling and terrifying.
Haha, it's definitely an adrenaline rush, Mark. Well, it's been great learning about you. You're a coding, cooking, hiking, and skydiving enthusiast. What's not to like?
Thanks, Lisa. And speaking of learning about each other, how about you? What's your story?
Part 2.
Hey Lisa, it's been awesome hearing about my mishmash of interests. Now, it's your turn, tell me about yourself.
Haha, the tables have turned, Mark. Well, I'm a graphic designer by profession. And my world revolves around colors, shapes, and creativity.
That's fantastic, Lisa. Designing sounds like such an artistic journey. How did you stumble into this world of creativity?
It started when I was a kid. I used to doodle on everything, notebooks, walls, even the family cat, although I got in trouble for that one. I guess I was destined to be a designer.
Huh, creative from an early age. I love it. And what about your hobbies and passions outside of work?
Well, I'm a bit of a movie buff. I can binge watch films for hours and often quote lines from my favorites. Oh, and I'm an amateur guitarist too.
That's impressive, Lisa. Movie buff and guitarist, sounds like a recipe for a great weekend. Any all-time favorite movie quotes?
Oh, there are so many, but if I had to pick one, it would be life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get from Forrest Gump.
Huh, Forrest Gump again. It seems we share a favorite there. Now, the guitar, do you play any particular genre?
I enjoy strumming some classic rock tunes, especially songs by the Beatles. There's something timeless about their music.
The Beatles are legendary, Lisa. You've got excellent taste. So, what's the most challenging project you've worked on as a graphic designer?
One of the toughest was designing a brand identity for a quirky cereal company. They wanted their boxes to stand out like a rainbow in a gray sky.
That sounds like a fun challenge. So, with all this creativity flowing, do you have any hidden artistic talents?
Well, I can draw a pretty convincing caricature of people. It's my secret party trick to keep everyone entertained.
That's awesome, Lisa. You're the life of the party with your caricatures. So, in your ideal weekend, are you designing, strumming your guitar, or enjoying a movie marathon?
Ideally, a bit of all three. Start the day with some design inspiration. Play my guitar in the afternoon, and end the day with a movie night.
Sounds like a perfect balance, Lisa. You're a graphic designing, guitar strumming, movie quoting artist. I'm impressed.
Thanks, Mark. Now you know a bit more about me. I can't wait to hear more about your adventures and misadventures.
You can count on it, Lisa. We're just getting started on this conversational journey. What's next on your creative horizon?
Part 3.
Hey Lisa, it's been a blast getting to know your creative side. Now, let's dive into the depths of your favorite projects. What's the most exciting design project you've ever worked on?
Oh, that's a tough one, Mark. I once had the opportunity to design the branding for a music festival. It was like bringing the sounds and energy of music into visuals.
Wow, designing for a music festival sounds electrifying. I can imagine you painting a symphony with colors and shapes. What was the concept?
The concept was all about capturing the essence of different music genres in each design element. From rock to jazz to electronic, every part of the festival had its unique visual style.
That's incredible, Lisa. It must have been a visual feast. And I can imagine that juggling the demands of such a dynamic project was challenging.
Absolutely, Mark. It was like conducting an orchestra with 100 instruments. Keeping everything in harmony was a thrilling challenge.
An orchestral conductor of design. That's a vivid image. So, tell me, in your creative process, do you have any quirky rituals or habits?
Well, I have this quirky habit of rearranging my workspace every time I start a new project. It's like setting the stage for a performance.
That's interesting. It's like you create your own stage for design magic. And do you have any favorite tools or software for your design work?
Adobe Creative Suite is my go-to, especially Photoshop and Illustrator. They're like my magic wands for crafting visuals.
The classics. Those are powerful tools, indeed. Now, tell me, Lisa. With your artistic eye, do you often find inspiration in unexpected places?
Absolutely, Mark. Inspiration can strike anywhere, from a stroll in the park to the pattern on a coffee shop's wallpaper. It's like being a detective, always on the lookout for clues.
Huh, a design detective. I love that analogy. And I'm curious, have you ever had a project that pushed you out of your comfort zone?
Oh, definitely. I once had to design a campaign for a high-tech startup, and I had to learn about complex tech concepts. It was like diving into a foreign language.
That sounds like a deep dive, Lisa. But it's amazing how designers can adapt to different worlds. So, in your career, have you ever faced a design dilemma that seemed unsolvable?
There was this one project where the client couldn't decide between two contrasting design directions. It was like trying to blend oil and water.
Haha, a design conundrum. So, how did you tackle it?
We decided to create two versions and let the audience decide. It turned into an exciting design showdown.
That's a clever solution, Lisa. It's like turning a design challenge into a fun experiment. Now, what's the dream project you haven't had the chance to work on yet?
I've always dreamt of designing album covers for musicians. It's like merging my love for music and design into a single canvas.
That would be fantastic, Lisa. Music and visuals together, it's like a symphony for the eyes. Well, here's hoping that dream project comes your way soon.
Thanks, Mark. You never know what's around the creative corner, right? So, tell me, what's your next adventure on the horizon?